Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Confident English podcast, a cozy space where learning English feels easy and confident. My name is Sophie.
And my name is Alex. Hello, Sophie. How are you doing today?
I am doing very well, Alex. Thank you. The sun is shining today, so I am very happy. How are you? Are you having a good day?
I am doing great, thank you. Yes, I am having a wonderful day. I have my cup of coffee right here, and I am ready for a new exciting lesson.
Oh, coffee. That is a good start. Before we start our new lesson, we have a small favor to ask. Please remember to subscribe to our channel. Yes, please click the big subscribe button right now.
That's right. Click subscribe, click the like button, and share this video with your family and friends. It helps our channel a lot. It really helps us make more videos for you.
Thank you so much. We love our listeners. Okay, Alex, today we have a great topic, a very important topic.
What is the topic today, Sophie? I'm curious.
Today, we are talking about how to use social media to learn English. Social media, it is very important. And the best part is, it is very easy.
Oh, wow. Yes, social media is so important today. Everyone uses social media. Everyone. And using it to learn English? That is a fantastic idea. It is very easy. Let's start.
Okay, let's start with our first question. Are you ready, Alex?
I am ready.
Great. Alex, what is your favorite social media app?
Let me think. My favorite social media app is YouTube. I really love YouTube. What about you, Sophie? What is your favorite app?
Wow, YouTube. That's cool. Well, my favorite app is Instagram. I like looking at beautiful photos. But you're right, YouTube is great for videos. Let me spell YouTube for our beginners. Y-O-U-T-U-B-E. YouTube.
Perfect. Yes, YouTube is for long videos and Instagram is for short videos and photos. Let's spell Instagram too. I-N-S-T-A-G-R-A-M. Instagram.
Very good. Now, Alex, how do you use YouTube to learn English? What do you do?
Well, I watch English teachers on YouTube. I watch their lessons every single day. I watch lessons about grammar, and I watch lessons about vocabulary.
Grammar and vocabulary. Yes, that is very good. Grammar is important. I use Instagram to learn English too. I follow English teachers on Instagram, but I watch short videos. They're called Reels.
Short videos? Ah, yes. Short videos are very fast. I like long videos because they are slow. I can listen slowly.
That is a good contrast, Alex. You like long, slow videos. I like short, fast videos. Both are very good for learning English.
Exactly. Okay, Sophie, what is another way to learn English on social media? Give me a new idea.
Another way is very simple. Are you listening? Change your phone language to English.
Oh, wow. Change the phone language to English? That is a great idea. But is it difficult?
No, it is not difficult. You go to your phone settings. Let me spell settings. S-E-T-T-I-N-G-S. Settings. You change the language from your language to English. Do you do this, Alex? Is your phone in English?
Yes, actually, I do this. My phone is in English. All my apps like WhatsApp and Facebook are in English.
Really? That's excellent. My phone is mixed. Sometimes it is in English and sometimes it is in French. But keeping it in English all the time is the best way to practice.
Yes, keeping it in English helps you see English words every day. Every time you open Instagram or YouTube, you read English words. It becomes normal.
Yes, normal and natural. Let's talk about reading. Do you read the comments on social media, Alex?
Oh, yes, I do. Reading comments is fantastic. I read the comments under YouTube videos. People write from all over the world, from Brazil, from Japan, from Italy.
Wow, people from all over the world. That's cool. Reading is great. Do you write comments too? Do you type on your keyboard?
Yes, I write short comments. I write things like, great video, or thank you, teacher. Very short comments. What about you, Sophie? Do you write comments?
That's a good one. Well, I like to write long comments. I like to practice writing full sentences. If the teacher asks a question in the video, I write a big answer.
A big answer? Wow, that is brave. Very brave. So you write long comments and I write short comments. Both are good for practice.
Yes, both are good. And when you read and write comments, you learn new vocabulary. Vocabulary is very, very important. Let's spell vocabulary. 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 It means new words.
Excellent spelling, Sophie. Now, what about subtitles? Do you use subtitles when you watch videos on social media?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. I always use subtitles. Subtitles help you read what the person is speaking. It is so helpful for beginners. Let me spell subtitles. Subtitles. Subtitles.
That's a great tip. When I watch a YouTube video, I turn on the English subtitles. I listen to the English words with my ears, and I read the English words with my eyes at the same time.
Yes, you listen and read at the same time. It makes understanding much easier. You can hear the pronunciation and see the spelling.
Let's see. What is another way to use social media for English? What about finding a language partner?
Language partner. Wow, that is a great topic. Yes, a language partner is a friend. A friend you talk to in English to practice. You can find them in Facebook groups.
Facebook groups. Yes, Facebook is very good for groups. I'm in a Facebook group for English learners. We chat every week. We say hello, we ask questions.
That sounds fun. Do you speak on video or do you just write messages?
It depends. Sometimes we write text messages, sometimes we do video calls. Video calls are scary but very good for speaking. What about you, Sophie? Do you have a language partner online?
Actually, no, I don't have a language partner online. I talk to my dog in English.
You talk to your dog in English? That is very funny, Sophie. Does your dog understand English?
Yes, he is a very smart dog. He understands sit and good boy and eat, but for our listeners, finding a real person on Facebook is a better idea.
I agree. Real people can answer you. Okay, let's talk about posting on social media, making your own posts. Do you post photos on Instagram, Sophie?
Yes, I do. I post photos of my food, like pizza and salad, and I post photos of my travels.
Nice. When you post a photo, what language do you use for the caption? You know, the small text under the photo?
That is a great question. I try to write my captions in English. It's a small text, just 1 or 2 sentences, but it's great practice.
Writing captions in English. Yes, a small text. I do that too. And I also use hashtags in English.
Hashtags. Oh, hashtags are very popular. Let me spell hashtag. 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 It is the little symbol before a word, like hashtag English or hashtag learn English.
Exactly. When you use English hashtags, you find other people who are learning English too. You can make new friends.
Making new friends is the best part of social media. Okay, I have another question for you, Alex. Do you follow accounts about your hobbies?
Hobbies? What do you mean, Sophie?
Well, I know you like cooking. Do you follow cooking pages in English?
Oh, yes, I do. That is a brilliant idea. I love cooking. So I follow American chefs and British chefs on Instagram and YouTube. I learned cooking vocabulary, words like boil, cut, and bake.
That's cool. You learn English and you learn how to cook at the same time. I love playing the guitar, so I follow guitar teachers in English. I learn music vocabulary.
Contrast, I follow cooking, you follow music, but we both learn English. Learning with your hobbies makes it fun. It is not boring.
Yes, it is never boring. Okay, one more tip for the echo method today, Alex. When you watch an English video on social media, do you take notes?
Yes, I do. I always have a notebook. When the English teacher says a new word, I write it down in my notebook.
A notebook. That's cool. You write on real paper. Let me spell notebook. 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 A notebook. That's cool. You write on real paper. Let me spell notebook. 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 I don't use paper. I take notes on my phone. I use the Notes app.
Oh, I see. I write in a notebook with a pen. You type on your phone with your fingers. Contrast again, but we both take notes. Taking notes is very important to remember new words. If you don't write it, you forget it.
Yes, writing helps your brain remember. A notebook or a phone, it doesn't matter. Just write the new words down.
What about voice notes, Sophie? Do you use voice notes?
Voice notes, yes. On WhatsApp or Instagram, you can send an audio message, a voice note. It is fantastic for pronunciation.
Yes, you push the button, you speak English, and you send it to your friend.
And if you make a mistake, you can delete it and try again.
Exactly, it is very safe.
Okay, Alex, those were so many great tips. I love them. Now, let's give our beginners some strategic advice about different situations on social media.
That is a great idea, Sophie. Social media has different styles. It is not always the same. For example, LinkedIn is very formal. It's for business, jobs, and work.
Yes, LinkedIn is formal, very professional. If you write a message on LinkedIn, you should say, "Dear Sir," or "Hello, how are you today?" You use professional English.
But Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat are informal. They are for friends, family, and fun.
Exactly. On Instagram, you don't say, "Dear Sir." You can just say, "Hi," or "Cool pic," or "Awesome video." It is very informal and very relaxed. So remember the context. LinkedIn is formal. Instagram is informal.
That is very clear. And what is our advice for confidence, Sophie? Sometimes beginners are very scared to write or speak in English on social media. They feel shy.
I understand. My first advice is keep it simple. Don't write long, difficult sentences. Just use simple words. A short sentence is better than a long sentence with many mistakes. Keep it simple.
Keep it simple. That is great advice. My advice is don't be afraid. People on the internet, especially in English learning groups, are usually very nice to English learners. They want to help you. Don't be afraid to make mistakes.
Yes, mistakes are completely normal. Everyone makes mistakes. I make mistakes, you make mistakes. And my last tip is be friendly. When you write to someone on social media, be friendly and use emojis.
Emojis. Yes, the little pictures.
Exactly. A smiley face emoji shows you are friendly and happy. It makes the conversation nice.
Smile. Always smile even when you type on your phone. It changes your energy. It makes learning English a happy activity.
Well, that was a fantastic lesson today, Alex. Time goes so fast. Let's do a quick summary for our listeners.
Yes, today we learned how to use social media to learn English. We talked about a lot of things. We talked about watching YouTube videos,
Changing your phone settings to English, using English subtitles,
yes, and we also talked about reading and writing comments,
writing English captions for your photos,
using hashtags to find friends,
taking notes in a notebook or on your phone,
and following your hobbies in English.
and remember our big advice. Keep it simple, use emojis, and don't be afraid to make mistakes.
Now it's time for the question of the day. We want to hear from you, our wonderful listeners.
Here's the question. What is your favorite social media app to learn English? And what do you do on it?
Is it YouTube? Is it Instagram? Maybe Facebook or TikTok? Please tell us in the comments below. Write your answer in simple English.
We read all the comments and we love replying to you. We can't wait to read yours.
Thank you so much for watching and listening to the Confident English podcast today. Please remember to subscribe, like, and share with your friends.
Stay safe, keep smiling, and keep practicing your English every single day.
Goodbye for now, everyone. See you next time.
Bye-bye. Have a great day.